Chapter 21. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When Lin Hong walked onto the stage, he had a sneer on his face and disdain in his eyes, as if none of the juniors present could be taken seriously by him. Lin Hong was the same as Lin Tianci. So far, no matter what opponent he encountered, he could defeat them with one palm. Therefore, after he stepped onto the stage, he naturally attracted the attention of all parties, especially this duel between him and Lin Xia. Both of them are outstanding among the juniors of the Lin family. Although Lin Tianci's strength has greatly increased in the past few days, he has not been famous as long as Lin Hong and Lin Xia. Therefore, many people speculated in their hearts that the first place in this clan competition should be between Lin Xia and Lin Hong. As a result, before the last round, the two of them actually met directly. Well, just play to your best, don't be nervous. Lin Tianci nodded. After Lin Tianci's encouragement, Lin Xia's somewhat nervous mood was obviously relieved a lot. Lin Xia raised her legs, twisted her waist, and flew onto the ring. Her heroic posture made many people's glasses light up slightly. Sister Lin Xia, you are no match for me, just admit defeat. It would be bad if I beat you up and you have to leave the stage in disgrace. Lin Hong bowed to Lin Xia, and his tone and expression made it hard to tell whether he was more sincere or sarcastic. Who wins and who loses will be revealed in combat. Lin Xia snorted. This Lin Hong always likes to go against brother Tianci, and Lin Xia also dislikes Lin Hong. Since they are meeting on the ring, she will naturally go all out and teach Lin Hong a lesson, so that he won't be arrogant all day long. The competition begins. Lincoln, seeing that both of them were ready, waved his hand and announced in a deep voice. As soon as Lincoln finished speaking, a faint glow appeared on the surface of Lin Xia's body. This was Yuan Li. I have heard that Lin Xia is very talented. She has reached the 7th level of body tempering at such a young age. I am afraid that she will be able to reach the Tianyuan realm in the future. Someone sighed in the audience. However, as soon as he finished speaking, he saw that Lin Hong, who was opposite Lin Xia, also showed the luster of Yuan Li. In fact, the radiance on his body was even brighter than Lin Xia's. There were exclamations from the audience. It was unexpected that Lin Hong had also reached the 7th level of body tempering at this time. This shows that Lin Hong's talent is not bad, and he is even stronger than Lin Xia. In the audience, Lin Tianci noticed that Lin Jintian beside him was smiling, and there was a flash of relief in his eyes. The more outstanding these young people are, the brighter the future of the Lin family will be. Sister Lin Xia, be careful. Lin Hong took a deep breath, then, his eyes became sharp in an instant, and then he flew towards Lin Xia. His fists were covered with heavy Yuan Li, giving people a very dangerous feeling. Lin Xia was naturally unwilling to be outdone. As she twisted her body, Yuan Li surged, and she turned up her palms and faced Lin Hong's fists. Lin Hong, this guy, actually practiced a second-grade martial art. With Lin Tianci's current eyesight, he could easily stand out. The martial art that Lin Hong was currently using was a second-grade martial art, the Wind and Thunder Fist. This fist technique was Lin Mang's famous martial art. When it was practiced to the extreme, the sound of wind and thunder would be heard when the fist technique was swung, which could even be comparable to a third-grade martial art. Lin Mang used this set of fist techniques to kill a Tianyuan realm expert of the same level as him with one punch. No wonder Lin Hong was so confident. It turned out that he practiced the Wind and Thunder Fist. Lin Tianci curled his lips. In his opinion, this second-grade martial arts was just like that. Although Lin Hong had not practiced the Wind and Thunder Fist for a long time, he had obviously been taught by Lin Mang himself, so when he performed it, he had some of Lin Mang's shadow. As soon as the Wind and Thunder Fist was performed, Lin Xia's pressure suddenly increased. Surrounded by the fierce fist wind, Lin Xia had no choice but to fight and retreat. Every punch of the Wind and Thunder Fist hit her palm skin, and she felt a tingling electric shock. However, although Lin Xia kept retreating, anyone with a discerning eye could see that she was not embarrassed at this time. After all, Lin Xia also had a second-grade martial arts. During the fight, Lin Xia had retreated to the edge of the ring. As long as she took another step, she would fall off the ring and lose the game directly. Xiaoxia is afraid of losing. Lin Tianci frowned slightly. the second-grade martial arts spirit sword finger that Lin Xia used was weaker than the wind and thunder fist after all. Moreover, Lin Xia's strength was also a little bit worse than Lin Hong's. Lin Xia stopped and then pushed the Yuanli in her body to the extreme. Suddenly, Lin Xia's fingertips shone brightly. Sister Lin Xia, it's useless, just admit defeat. Lin Hong still had the energy to speak at this moment. He also increased the urging of his Yuan force. At this moment, everyone understood that the result of this competition would be revealed. Under the gaze of everyone, a fist and a finger collided fiercely. In the center, there was an exciting metal knocking sound. Then, under the reaction of this collision, Lin Xia was actually shocked and flew out and fell off the stage. Although Lin Hong's strength was a little stronger than Lin Xia, under Lin Xia's full strength burst, his body swayed and he took a few steps back uncontrollably, leaving 2 shallow pits on the ground. He was still standing on the ring. This time, Lin Hong won. Sister Lin Xia, I have already said that you are no match for me now, you are too weak. Lin Hong shook his hands and then fell behind him. You can't bear the title of the first young man of the Lin family. Lin Hong was obviously in a good mood at this time, and he mocked Lin Xia a lot while talking. After hearing Lin Hong's words, Lin Tianci's originally calm face became gloomy little by little. He looked at Lin Hong with a gradually cold look. He had lost to Lin Xia many times before, but Lin Xia's words had always been comforting. However, today Lin Hong won, but he showed such a mean face. It seems that it is necessary for him to know what humility is. After Lin Xia stepped down, she walked back to Lin Dong with some disappointment. Victory and defeat are common in the military. Lin Tianci patted Lin Xia's shoulder and comforted her. Lin Hong is just relying on his martial arts advantage. If he had used another martial art, the result might not have been the same. Yes. After listening to Lin Tianci's comfort, Lin Xia's mood was slightly relieved. Also, don't take Lin Hong's words to heart, because he won't be able to say them later. Lin Tianci continued. Chapter 22. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sure enough, as Lin Tianci expected, Lincoln soon announced Lin Tianci's next opponent, Lin Tianci, Lin Hong, ready to fight on stage. Brother, help me get revenge. Lin Xia glanced at Lin Tianci and said, Don't worry, I will let Lin Hong know why the flowers are so red later. Lin Tianci walked towards the stage, and Lincoln passed by. He heard Lincoln say in a very small voice in Lin Tianci's ear, Tianci, teach this arrogant and ignorant boy a lesson. Obviously, Lin Hong's sarcastic remarks just now made Lincoln very unhappy. Don't worry, Dad. Lin Tianci stood on the stage and looked at Lin Hong, who had already arrived on the stage. Brother Tianci, you have been living a very carefree life during this period. Lin Hong's eyes were full of contempt. During this period, Lin Hong had been secretly following every move of Lin Tianci. Therefore, he naturally knew how lazy Lin Tianci had been during this period. He had been eating, drinking and having fun all day long, but not practicing. It doesn't matter if I can beat you. Lin Tianci frowned slightly. What has happened to this guy recently? Why is he mocking you now? However, Lin Tianci was not angry at such mockery. He just thought it was a little funny and responded on the spot. Cousin Lin Hong, the previous competition was very exhausting, right? Do you need to rest for a while? Otherwise, you will lose to me later. It will be bad if your eyes turn red. Lin Tianci responded casually, which immediately made Lin Hong's face darken and he clenched his fists. It was obvious that Lin Hong was really angry at Lin Tianci's words. No need, let's get started. Lin Hong said in a somewhat stiff tone. After this competition, Cousin Tianci may not be able to laugh anymore. Seeing that both sides were ready, Lincoln immediately announced the start of the competition. Lin Hong immediately burst into speed. His body was covered with yuanli, and in his hand, he once again displayed the second-level martial arts, the wind and thunder fist. Obviously, he wanted to resolve the battle as quickly as possible so that Lin Jintian could see who was the genius among the younger generation of the Lin family. However, when Lin Hong was about to rush to Lin Tianci still stood there without any reaction. Even his muscles were in a relaxed state. What's going on? Did Tianci not react? Lin Jintian couldn't help but frown when he saw this. with worry in his eyes. If Lin Hong's set of wind and thunder fists hit him without any preparation, the best result would be serious injury. Seeing that Lin Tianci, who was so close, had no reaction, Lin Hong's smile became more intense. He thought that Lin Tianci was frightened by his aura and couldn't even put up the most basic resistance. Lin Hong swung his fist fiercely. His target was Lin Tianci's chest. Lin Xia's subconscious shout came from the audience. Even Qingtan's body tensed up, and then he subconsciously closed his eyes. However, at this moment, Lin Tianci moved. His movements were so fast that Lin Hong could not react. Lin Hong only felt a flash before his eyes. Then, he felt a strong pain in his chest. He was shocked to find that the scenery around him was moving forward. The next second, he realized that he was retreating. Lin Hong flew off the stage at a speed even faster than when he came. There was a moment of silence in the audience. People's brains were a little confused at this moment. After the silence, the sound of people sucking in cold air came one after another, which made the temperature in the audience drop a lot. Lin Tianci knocked Lin Hong off the stage with just one palm. Lin Hu's eyes widened as big as copper bells, and he couldn't believe it. He knew that his big brother was strong, but he didn't expect him to be this strong. Right. Lin Yun beside Lin Hu also nodded dumbly. Even this young man who was always good at hiding his temper lost his composure at this moment. They had thought of various outcomes of this competition, whether it was Lin Tianci's victory or Lin Hong's victory, and even thought of the possibility of a tie between the two, but the only thing they didn't expect was that Lin Tianci actually won so easily. Just like when facing other juniors, he easily knocked them off the stage with a palm. Brother Jintian, Lin Tianci, this boy is like a dragon. A person beside Lin Jintian couldn't help but speak. It seems that the prosperity of the Lin family in the future is inevitable. In this competition, Lin Tianci. Lincoln was so happy that he forgot to announce the result of the competition. When he came to his senses, he spoke quickly, but everyone could hear Lincoln's joy at this moment. Lincoln was halfway through his words when he was interrupted by a voice. People looked in the direction of the voice and saw Lin Hong slowly crawling up from the ground, but at this moment, he looked very embarrassed. His clothes were covered with dust, and his hair, which was originally meticulously groomed, was now messy. Lin Hong wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. I don't accept it. I haven't used all my strength yet. If I were prepared, the result would definitely not be like this. His eyes were red and he shouted loudly. Obviously, the result of this competition was unacceptable to Lin Hong. Lin Hong, you have already lost. Go back and practice for a while. Lincoln said, it's okay, I accept your challenge. However, Lin Tianci waved his hand. Since Lin Hong couldn't accept this result, Lin Tianci didn't mind leaving a deeper impression on Lin Hong. Then, Lin Hong went back on stage. Under the gaze of everyone, Lin Hong roared and rushed towards Lin Tianci again. Looking at Lin Hong's unique way of attacking, Lin Tianci shook his head helplessly. Did his palm just now damage this guy's brain? However, to everyone's surprise, when Lin Hong rushed halfway, he took out a black pill and swallowed it directly. Lin Tianci, you forced me to do this. Suddenly, Lin Hong's momentum surged. In just a moment, he broke through the 7th level of body tempering and reached the 8th level of body tempering. Everyone in the audience was shocked. Stop him. Lin Jintian said quickly. Lincoln moved his body and wanted to rush to the stage. Pa. However, Lin Tianci slapped Lin Hong in the face with another clean palm. Lin Hong flew out again. This time, Lin Tianci's strength was a little stronger, so before Lin Hong landed, he fainted directly, and his face was swollen like a pig's head. Lin Jintian stopped shouting halfway. Lincoln stopped halfway. Chapter 23. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Tianci wins this match. After saying this, Lincoln also swept his eyes around the audience, and his eyes seemed to say, no one will object this time. The same idea popped up in everyone's mind at the same time. If they objected again, they would really not know how to write death. That was the 8th level of body tempering, but he was still slapped away by Lin Tianci. Only Lin Dong, his eyes became more fiery. Even after Lin Tianci showed such a strong strength, he was still eager to try. After defeating Lin Hong, Lin Tianci and others naturally entered the top 5. however, since the powerful juniors had been encountered before the finals, the juniors of the Lin family who entered the top 5 this time were not that strong. In this round, Lin Dong's opponent is Lin Shan, and Lin Tianci's opponent is a junior named Lin Yan who is at the 6th level of body. Tempering, wouldn't it take several more rounds to decide the final winner? Lin Tianci waved his hand. The one-punch 1-1 competition had already made him a little bored. A few rounds were fine, but too many would be boring. Lin Tianci looked at Lin Jintian. Grandpa, I have a suggestion. What? Lin Jintian asked. Lin Jintian now had completely placed his hope of returning to the family on Lin Tianci, so he naturally could not ignore Lin Tianci's request. It's too troublesome to have them compete one by one, let them compete together. Lin Tianci's voice reached everyone's ears. Perhaps it was because Lin Tianci had shocked everyone too much today. Therefore, after Lin Tianci said this, there was not much reaction. They were all numb by Lin Tianci's shock, as if whatever Lin Tianci did was right. Let's go together. Lin Jintian thought carefully about Lin Tianci's proposal. With the strength Lin Tianci has shown now, it seems that no one else except Lin Dong can bring any pressure to Lin Tianci. Since Tianci has such an idea, let's have a melee in the last round. Without much hesitation, Lin Jintian agreed. In that case, all the top 5 little guys, come on stage. Lincoln shouted to the audience. At this moment, he was in high spirits, and his mood was even better than Lin Jintian. After all, Lin Tianci was his son, and he was proud of all the achievements Lin Tianci had made. He was proud of Lin Tianci from the bottom of his heart. This time, Lin Tianci did not step down from the stage, but stood on the stage directly. Seeing Lin Dong, Lin Shan, Lin Yan and others coming up, Brother Tianci, we met in the finals. Lin Dong came to Lin Tianci, his eyes seemed to be burning with a strong flame, and his whole person was full of momentum. Lin Dong actually didn't take Lin Hong, Lin Xia and others seriously. Only by treating someone like Lin Tianci as an opponent could he feel the strong challenge. Come on. When facing Lin Dong, Lin Tianci didn't mind showing some kindness. It was not just because of the system. At least, the feeling Lin Dong gave him was much better than Lin Hong. After Lin Shan and others came on stage, they naturally united together. There was no way. The pressure Lin Tianci put on them was really too great. They were all self-aware. If they didn't unite to deal with Lin Tianci, they would not have any hope at all. When the competition began, except for Lin Dong, the other 3 people rushed towards Lin Tianci almost at the same time. They seemed to have rehearsed in advance. Even their movements were uniform. They hoped to use this method to make Lin Tianci flustered and knocked off the stage. Lin Dong was not to be outdone, and followed Lin Shan and others to rush towards Lin Tianci. If you are holding such an idea, then I can only say that you are too naive. Lin Tianci shook his robe. This time, he did not show the terrifying strength in the previous rounds. Even if he played normally, he still easily resisted the pincer attack of Lin Shan and others. Lin Tian felt bitter in his heart. When facing Lin Tianci, he only felt that his punches were like hitting indestructible black iron. Even though Lin Tianci did not intend to attack actively, the recoil force made his fists feel a burst of pain. The other few people felt similar. Lin Dong narrowed his eyes, then, the vitality in his body suddenly burst out. The 2nd-level martial arts, the 8 Desolate Palm, was finally performed by Lin Dong at this moment. 8 Desolate Palm. Seeing this scene, Lin Jintian's eyes slightly brightened. If he remembered correctly, during the boxing test half a month ago, the martial arts that Lin Dong knew was just the Tongbei fist. As a result, now, in half a month, the 2nd-grade martial arts 8 Desolate Palm has been practiced by him to perfection. The most important thing is that this 8 Desolate Palm, in Lin Dong's hands, is even more agile and perfect. While opening and closing, it also adds some delicate feelings. You know, to achieve this step, it is not as simple as a few movements. What's more, with Lin Dong's cultivation, it is almost a fantasy to want to optimize the 2nd-grade martial arts. Lin Dong has actually also practiced the 2nd-grade martial arts, and judging by his proficiency, he is even far superior to Lin Hong. After Lin Dong performed the 8 Desolate Palm, everyone in the audience was shocked. Lin Dong, who was originally thought to be only a dark horse, finally showed his strength that impressed everyone. 8 Desolate Palm. Lin Tianci was naturally quite familiar with Lin Dong's palm technique. After all, his own Wuji 8 Desolate Palm was derived from the initial version of the 8 Desolate Palm, but it was far superior. Then let me show you what the real 8 Desolations Palm is. Suddenly, Lin Tianci's movements changed, a sharp palm wind burst out. Just the wind brought by the swing of his palm was enough to sting the skin of Lin Shan and others. And when the Wuji 8 Desolations Palm really hit the bodies of Lin Shan and others, they were knocked off the stage without any resistance. Even this was the result of Lin Tianci not using the Wuji 8 Desolations Palm to blast the air. If he had used it, I'm afraid that there would be 3 corpses flying off the stage at this time. This is a bit like the 8 Desolate Palm, but it is much more powerful than the 8 Desolate Palm. Lin Zhentian was a little confused, but then, a bold idea emerged from his mind. Could it be Lin Tianci's self-created martial arts? Although Lin Tianci did not use his full strength, it was obvious that he had surpassed the 3rd grade level and reached the 4th grade level. Lin Zhentian had never heard of a 4th grade martial art similar to the 8 Desolate Palm in the entire Qinyang town. Chapter 24. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With the strength of the tempering body realm, he created a 4th grade martial art. This kind of terrifying talent, I am afraid no one will believe it if you tell others about it. After this thought came out of Lin Zhentian's mind, it could not be dissipated for a long time. At this moment, the old man's hands even began to tremble uncontrollably. He knew that he might not have to wait for decades. In the next Lin clan competition, he could go home in glory. Even some distinguished guests who were on good terms with the Lin family were speechless at this moment. Even though they knew that the stronger the Lin family was, the more benefits they would get, but at this moment, all of them still felt a strong sense of jealousy. First, Lin Dong made a stunning debut, optimizing the 2nd grade martial arts with the strength of the tempering body realm, and then Lin Tianci suppressed the whole audience with the strength of the tempering body realm and created the 4th grade martial arts. This Lin family is full of talents. Why can't their own family encounter such talented descendants? Tianci has given me so many surprises today. Lincoln lost his composure. Is it so easy to create martial arts? Even with his Tianyuan realm strength, it would be a fantasy to create a first-class martial arts. Unconsciously, Brother Tianci has reached this point. Lin Xia took a deep breath. In her mind, all she could think of was Lin Tianci's inaction during this period. I don't understand the world of geniuses. On the other hand, although Qing Tan had no cultivation, she could not see that Lin Tianci had created his own martial arts. However, she could understand the amazement of the people around her. And the scene where Lin Tianci fought against 4 people alone and easily knocked 3 of them off the stage. At this moment, Lin Tianci, wearing a white shirt and standing on the stage with his hands behind his back, was so handsome in Qing Tan's eyes. Qing Tan looked at Lin Tianci infatuatedly, and for a moment she forgot the time. Cousin Lin Dong, there are only 2 of us on the stage now, don't let us down with your strength. Lin Tianci said. Lin Dong nodded seriously, his eyes shining with excitement. Lin Tianci's strength gave Lin Dong a great sense of challenge. Here it comes. Lin Dong rushed forward and came in front of Lin Tianci. Under the stimulation of Lin Tianci, Lin Dong at this moment burst out with unprecedented potential. The speed of his body was also much faster than before. His fists, elbows, knees, feet and other parts of his body seemed to have turned into weapons at this moment, launching a fierce attack on Lin Tianci like a storm. This time, Lin Tianci did not blindly passively defend, but countered every move. He did not want to defeat Lin Dong so quickly. He was a little worried that this would cause a blow to Lin Dong's self-confidence. Injury is a small matter, but decadence is a big matter. If Lin Dong never recovered from this setback and stopped fighting for all the opportunities, wouldn't the opportunities he could get in the future also be greatly reduced? A tool man naturally cannot be played badly. This is his tool for brushing opportunities. Therefore, Lin Tianci did not use his full strength, otherwise, Lin Dong would be defeated in one move. At this moment, the people in the audience were feasting their eyes, especially the strength of the 2 people, which was far beyond the current stage, so there were constant cheers from the audience. Lin Tianci felt that the time was about right, so he casually pushed Lin Dong off the stage with a palm. After Lin Dong stepped down, his body staggered, his legs trembled, and he stopped retreating. Although his body was not injured, the psychological blow was more painful than the physical injury. When competing with Lin Tianci, even if he used all his strength, he could defeat someone who was at the 8th level of body tempering. But when facing Lin Tianci, all his attacks fell on deaf ears. Sometimes when a palm hit Lin Tianci's arm, the opponent's arm didn't even tremble. Various details made Lin Dong understand that there was still a deep gap between him and Lin Tianci. If Lin Tianci thought about it, I'm afraid his fate would be no different from Lin Hong's. That's why Lin Dong's eyes dropped, and a sense of frustration surged in his heart. Even with the help of the stone talisman, various adventures, and preparations for so long, he still couldn't get the first place in this clan competition. On the other hand, after Lin Tianci blasted Lin Dong off the stage, he had been paying attention to the latter's reaction. When he saw Lin Dong somewhat lost back, he suddenly felt anxious. No, if I let Lin Dong go, I don't know what will happen to Lin Dong in the future. Lin Dong's cousin Lin Tianci quickly spoke up and called Lin Dong. Lin Dong turned his head, and his eyes seemed to have lost their spirit. Cousin Tianci is very powerful. I admit that I, Lin Dong, lost this match. Lin Dong thought that Lin Tianci was here to ridicule him, so he immediately bowed and said in a somewhat stiff tone, Cousin Lin Dong, think about how high-spirited you were when you took the boxing test. Lin Tianci spoke loudly. Now you're just losing a game. Are you so depressed? Lin Tianci's series of questions left Lin Dong speechless. Victory or defeat is a temporary gain or loss, but your strength will accompany you for a lifetime. This is just a family competition. Don't you want to go out and see the bigger and broader world? Lin Tianci's words made Lin Dong fascinated. He nodded subconsciously, and the lost brilliance in his eyes returned again. It seemed that he had begun to look forward to the vast world outside. It works. Lin Tianci felt relieved, but this alone was not enough. He had to add more fuel to the fire. Lin Dong, don't you want to avenge your father in the Lin clan competition 3 years later? Lin Tianci said righteously. Don't you want to personally destroy Lin Langtian in front of everyone's eyes? If you want to, this strength is not enough. You still need to work harder. Not to mention, there is no extra time for you to feel sorry for yourself. When Lin Langtian was mentioned, Lin Dong's eyes suddenly burst into a dazzling light. He never forgot about revenge, and never dared to forget it. At this time, when Lin Tianci brought it up, it immediately struck Lin Dong's heart like a deafening wake-up call. Thank you, Brother Tianci, for enlightening me. Lin Dong will remember this. He clasped his fists towards Lin Tianci, then bowed deeply. God has gifted this person with extraordinary talent and moral character. Lin Jintian smiled with satisfaction. After winning the game, he was neither arrogant nor impatient, and he also took into account the feelings of the loser. Tianci, as a big brother, did a really good job. Chapter 25. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Dong, this tool man, is really quite useful. Seeing the fiery look in Lin Dong's eyes, Lin Tianci nodded with satisfaction. That's right, how could Lin Dong, the son of the plain, be decadent? At the very least, with just a few words, he could make Lin Dong no longer decadent and cheer up again. Lin Tianci won this melee. Lincoln announced. Although the strength shown by Lin Tianci won everyone's respect, this was a clan competition after all, and the proper procedures still needed to be followed. After Lin Tianci's victory was announced, the younger generations continued to compete for the second and third place in this clan competition. However, with Lin Tianci's success, the remaining few games, although quite exciting, everyone always felt that something was missing. Their emotional threshold was raised too much by Lin Tianci. After several rounds of competition, the top few in the Lin family competition were finally decided. Lin Tianci deserved the first place. The second place went to Lin Dong, although the ranking between the two was not carried out because Lin Hong fainted. Anyone with a discerning eye could see that with Lin Dong's strength of the 8th level of body tempering, he was definitely stronger than Lin Hong. Lin Jintian even wanted to cancel Lin Hong's ranking in a fit of anger. But after being persuaded by Lin Mang, he finally agreed to let Lin Hong rank third. Lin Tianci naturally did not comment on this result. He had fought against both Lin Dong and Lin Hong, so he understood that even if Lin Hong and Lin Dong faced off, the winner would definitely be Lin Dong. In this clan competition, my Lin family has a gift from heaven, and we have 2 dark horses. I am very pleased. Lin Jintian was making a speech before the end of the clan competition. Especially Tianci, I believe that if he is given a few more years of training, not only the small Qinyang town, but even the great Yan dynasty will leave his name. When Lin Jintian said this, no one in the audience showed any surprise, but felt that it was natural. After all, they dared not even think about the achievements Lin Dong has made now. Even the several distinguished guests of the Lin family nodded in agreement. I have decided to hold a big banquet tonight to celebrate the birth of the Qilin son to my Lin family. Lin Mang looked deeply at Lin Tianci, who was standing on the stage, and was filled with anger. After all, Lin Tianci's punch was too heavy. If Lin Hong didn't take the elixir to recuperate, he would probably have sequelae for the rest of his life. Lin Tianci, you wait. After saying this, Lin Mang turned around and left. Soon, the news that the Lin family was going to hold a big banquet spread throughout Qinyang town. At the same time, Lin Tianci's name also spread throughout Qinyang town. A small number of people were deeply shocked after hearing about Lin Tianci's achievements, but more people still didn't believe it. After all, most people in Qinyang town, let alone the whole town, had heard of Lin Tianci's talent. As a result, he counterattacked overnight and became the #1 young man in the Lin family. Who would believe it if they told others? In the eyes of people in Qinyang town who were either questioning or shocked, this rather grand dinner at the family also kicked off with great fanfare. Although this dinner was decided by Lin Jintian on short notice and the entire Lin family did not prepare for it for too long, the Lin family was the 4th largest force in Qinyang town after all, so it did not seem rushed at this moment. The entire Lin mansion was decorated with lights and large red lanterns hung high, adding a lot of festive atmosphere to the Lin family. With the help of Lin Jintian, the invitations to this banquet were sent to almost all the forces in Qinyang town that had exchanges with the Lin family. Even those with some relationship, the Stiff Lei family and Xie family also received the invitation from the Lin family. This shows how good Mr. Lin Jintian's mood is today. There are quite a lot of forces coming to this banquet. Rather than saying that they want to establish a relationship with the Lin family, it is more important to say that they want to take this opportunity to test Lin Tianci's bottom. All forces are looking forward to seeing how much difference there is between Lin Tianci's actual strength and the publicity. At the gate of the Lin mansion, Lin Tianci was accompanying Lin Jintian to welcome guests from Qinyang town. Various congratulations continued, and Lin Tianci's heart was a little numb, but he still insisted on putting on a warm smile on his face. Such a perfect face made many women of marriageable age who came with their elders blush. Soon, almost all the forces of the Lin family arrived. What surprised Lin Tianci was that the Lei family and the Xie family actually sent people to attend this banquet. However, Lin Tianci had no impression of the people sent, and he must not be the core figures in the two families. Tianci, come in. At this moment, Lin Jintian patted Lin Tianci's arm, and then drank the tea handed to him by the servant. After saying so many words, even with his strength, he felt a little dry in the mouth. After entering the hall, Lin Jintian naturally ignored everyone's surprised eyes and directly pulled Lin Tianci to sit down beside him. Everyone, today is the day of the Lin family competition. I believe that everyone here has heard more or less about the result of today's Lin family competition. Your arrival has made our Lin family proud. I, Lin Jintian, would like to offer a toast to everyone and hope that everyone enjoys the meal. After saying this, Lin Jintian drank the wine in his hand. After 3 rounds of wine, the meal was almost over. Lin Jintian put down his chopsticks. All of a sudden, all the Lin family members at the table looked at Lin Jintian in unison. They all knew that Lin Jintian's banquet this time was definitely not just for dinner, but there must be something else to announce. Sure enough, Lin Jintian said, I believe everyone has noticed Tianci's performance in this clan competition. Yes. Everyone nodded. Even Lin Tianci looked at Lin Jintian with some curiosity. Tianci is now old enough to try to take over the family business. Lin Jintian's next words made everyone look different. Lin Tianci has such a good talent, shouldn't he be able to practice without distraction? Isn't it a waste to let him take over the family business? From today, Tianci will be in charge of the Lin family's Huiyan manor. However, Tianci has no experience, so Lincoln will be in charge temporarily, and Tianci will assist. When he heard about Huiyan manor, Lin Tianci was a little surprised, and even Lincoln opened his eyes wide. Lin Mang's face darkened, and a trace of resentment appeared in his eyes. After all, Huiyan manor was managed by him before. Chapter 26. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huiyin Manor can be said to be the bulk of the Lin family's resources. The soil of Huiyin Manor has a bit of fire in it, so it is very suitable for the growth of spiritual medicines. There are large tracts of spiritual fields in Huiyin Manor, where a considerable number of spiritual medicines are planted. Of course, these spiritual medicines cannot be collected for Lin Tianci alone. Most of the mature spiritual medicines must be handed over to the family, but with the convenience of his position, he takes some for his own practice every now and then. As long as it is not too excessive, no one can say anything wrong. Lin Hong's strength can be cultivated to this level. In addition to his own talent and hard work, Huiyin Manor under Lin Mang's command has also contributed greatly. Now that Lin Jintian has made this decision, its meaning is self-evident. Although Lin Mang is unhappy, he can understand it. After all, with Lin Tianci's strength, if he takes over Huiyin Manor, the Lin family may be able to get 10 times or 100 times the return in the future. The minor quarrels within the family in the past can motivate you to improve your strength, but the most important thing is the unity of the Lin family. If a family is not united, it will not be able to survive in Qingyang town. Lin Jintian spoke again, and then glanced at Lin Mang without leaving a trace. Lin Mang's heart trembled, and he naturally knew that Lin Jintian's words were referring to him. However, he did not have any deep hatred with Lincoln, but he was a little at odds with Lin Xiao. But all this was for his son Lin Hong. Therefore, when Lin Jintian said this, Lin Mang nodded quickly. At this time, Lin Tianci did not have any extra thoughts about Huiyin Manor. After all, with the system, he really looked down on the benefits brought by this manor. In his mind, he was thinking about another thing. If I remember correctly, after the clan competition ended, the entire Qingyang town would welcome hunting. In that hunt, the Lei family would lose to Lin Dong by 1 Taima Manor. Lin Dong would find a Yangyuan stone vein in Taima Manor. This vein is a great opportunity. I don't know what the system will return to Lin Dong when he finds the vein. Even though the clan competition has just ended and it is still early for the hunt, Lin Tianci's heart is already looking forward to it. Thinking of this, Lin Tianci glanced at Lin Dong again. Cousin Lin Dong's performance in the clan competition this time was also quite good. But if he wants to defeat Lin Langtian, he still needs more efforts. Well, the harder the better. If cousin Lin Dong needs anything in his cultivation, I, as his cousin, will naturally try my best to help you. Lin Dong had no idea that he had been used as a tool by Lin Tianci, and his eyes were full of gratitude. His elder brother was so good to him. Not only did he comfort him when he was in a bad mood, but now he also said that he would help him cultivate. Lin Tianci sneered in his heart at this time. If he didn't say so, how could Lin Dong fight so hard for resources? Not bad, not bad. Lin Jintian smiled and watched the harmonious atmosphere between Lin Tianci and Lin Dong. These two people are currently very important juniors of the Lin family. It is natural that they have a harmonious relationship. Tianci, as the eldest brother, has set an example for others in terms of both strength and character. Lin Jintian continued, before this clan competition, I said that the top 3 in this clan competition can enter the family's martial arts hall and choose a martial arts book. Hearing this, Lin Dong and Lin Hong both showed expectations on their faces. On the contrary, Lin Xia's face was a little disappointed. In this competition, she ranked 4th and was destined not to be eligible for this martial arts hall. Seeing Lin Xia's somewhat lonely expression, Lin Tianci opened his mouth, wanting to give his place in the martial arts hall to Lin Xia. However, before Lin Tianci could say anything, Lin Jintian continued to speak. However, since Tianci and Donger are 2 dark horses in this clan competition, I decided that the top 4 can enter the family martial arts hall. As soon as Lin Jintian finished speaking, Lin Xia's face brightened up almost visibly. She had been to the family martial arts hall before, so she knew how many good things there were in the family martial arts hall. But with his strength before, he couldn't practice 3rd-grade martial arts, but now, he can give it a try. Lin Hong's idea was similar to Lin Xia's. He was also aiming for 3rd-grade martial arts. At this time, Lin Hong had no temper at all towards Lin Tianci, and he couldn't even feel jealous. After all, the gap was too big. Therefore, Lin Hong also set his goal on Lin Dong. I hope that in this, after choosing a martial art, you can turn over. Soon, the Lin family's banquet ended, and representatives of various forces in Qingyang town left one after another. Although it was late at night, but Lin Dong, Lin Xia and others were still in high spirits, without any sleepiness. and wanted to immediately enter the family martial arts hall to choose a powerful martial art. Lin Tianci smiled helplessly, and then waved his hand. In this case, the family martial arts hall will be open to Lin Tianci and others from tonight. Each of them can choose a martial art that suits them in the martial arts hall. Without any hesitation, Lin Dong and Lin Hong rushed towards the martial arts hall at full speed. As for Lin Tianci, he hesitated. After a second, he followed. Since the three of them had gone, he might as well make his own choice. After passing the guard, the four of them stepped into the martial arts hall. Lin Xia and others introduced the family martial arts hall to Lin Dong. Lin Hong went straight into the deepest part of the martial arts hall, which was the location of the third-grade martial arts. With a clear goal, under Lin Xia's guidance, Lin Dong also came to the shelf where the third-grade martial arts were placed. Originally, Lin Xia wanted to pull Lin Tianci over, but when she saw Lin Tianci's lack of interest, she didn't say anything. After all, her brother could easily create a fourth-grade martial arts. He might not really like these martial arts of the family. Lin Tianci was strolling around leisurely. The family martial arts had no appeal to him. If he had to find a target, Lin Tianci would choose a martial arts of body movement, but unfortunately, the Lin family did not have many third-grade martial arts, let alone martial arts of body movement. Therefore, Lin Tianci could only pick up a second-grade martial arts of body movement, Phantom Step. As for the other side, Lin Dong ignored Lin Xia's dissuasion and insisted on grabbing the incomplete chapter of the third-grade martial arts Qimen seal in his hand. Chapter 27. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The moment Lin Dong got the Qimen seal, Lin Tianci received the feedback. It was detected that Lin Dong, the son of the unforgivable, had obtained the third-grade martial arts, the fragment of the Qimen seal. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 100-fold rebate, the sixth-grade martial arts, the Kaitian seal. Not bad, not bad. Lin Tianci was very satisfied. As expected, it was not reliable to practice step by step to gain opportunities. It was not as fast as taking advantage of Lin Dong. He directly obtained a sixth-grade martial art. I'm afraid there is not even one sixth-grade martial art in the entire Qinyang town. The moment he got the Kaitian seal, Lin Tianci simply flipped through it in his mind. This Kaitian seal is divided into three styles, each one is stronger than the other. When the three styles are superimposed, the power is even comparable to some seventh-grade martial arts. Yes, that's it. Lin Tianci was in a good mood. When Lin Xia and others passed by Lin Tianci, they obviously felt that Lin Tianci was a little excited. Lin Xia took a look at the second-grade martial arts, Phantom Step, held in Lin Tianci's hand. She couldn't help but feel a little confused. With brother Tianci's current strength and martial arts talent, a mere second-grade martial arts method doesn't seem to be worth his happiness. Brother, why are you laughing so happily? Lin Xia asked naturally. Nothing, I just think this martial arts is pretty good. Lin Tianci shook his head, casually closed the Phantom Step, and then said, have you finished choosing? The other three people nodded, each of them holding a third-grade martial arts book in their hands. Let's go out, it's getting late now. Lin Tianci took the lead and walked out of the martial arts hall. Lin Dong and Lin Xia followed closely behind. As for Lin Hong, he looked at Lin Tianci's back thoughtfully and murmured. To make brother Tianci so happy, it seems that the Phantom Step must not be that simple. Lin Hong decided in his heart that after Lin Tianci returned the Phantom Step, he would find an excuse to come to the martial arts hall again and borrow the Phantom Step to practice. Outside the martial arts hall, when Lin Tianci and the other three walked out, Lin Jintian was already waiting outside the door. Lin Jintian glanced at the martial arts in the hands of several people, and an unexpected expression appeared on his face. Only the martial arts chosen by Lin Tianci made him a little surprised, but Lin Jintian did not ask anything. Now he has great trust in Lin Tianci, and he believes that Lin Tianci must have his own intentions in doing this. The clan competition is over, but don't slack off. It's almost the end of the year, and soon, it will be hunting. Lin Jintian said, speaking of hunting, it's not just a competition within our Lin family, but the entire Qinyang town. Basically, all the prominent forces in Qinyang town will send their talented and powerful young people to do the trial. You will naturally represent the Lin family to fight, so don't lose face for the Lin family. Lin Jintian's expression was a little serious, and it was obvious that he took the hunting in Qinyang town very seriously. If you get good results in hunting, it is quite easy to become famous throughout Qinyang town. When Lin Jintian finished speaking, a touch of heat appeared on the faces of Lin Dong and others. After all, they are only teenagers, full of vigor and vitality, and naturally quite keen on becoming famous, so when they heard this, how could they stay calm? Lin Tianci and others naturally knew about the trial held every 3 years in Qinyang town. After all, this can be said to be the most lively day in Qinyang town in 3 years. Even people outside Qinyang town will rush over to join in the fun. Speaking of hunting, we have to talk about the other major forces in Qinyang town. They are the Lei family, the Xie family, and the Crazy Blade Martial Arts School. The Lei family and the Xie family are considered the local forces of Qinyang town. They have developed in Qinyang town for 100 years, so their foundation is naturally needless to say. In terms of popularity, they have a lot more than the Lin family and the Crazy Blade Martial Arts School. The Crazy Blade Martial Arts School, like the Lin family, is an external force. The Crazy Blade Martial Arts School has only been established for more than 10 years, but it has come from behind and crushed many family forces along the way, becoming the well-deserved third in the entire Qinyang town. The Lin family followed closely behind in fourth place. The hunting in Qinyang town is jointly organized by the top few families, just to give the younger generation of their own family a chance to test, and to show the strength of the younger generation. Whoever can stand out in the hunting will naturally be proud, and their reputation will also be improved. Therefore, each family attaches great importance to hunting. The Lei family and the Xie family are two local families that are quite xenophobic. In addition, Lei Li from the Lei family is engaged to Xie Anying from the Xie family. In this hunt, the Lei family will most likely join forces with the Xie family to deal with our Lin family. Lin Jintian continued to analyze the situation for Lin Tianci and others. By then, you can unite with the Crazy Blade Martial Arts School to resist the Lei and Xie families. A few days ago, I received news that the most famous young man in the Lei family, Lei Li, has reached the peak of the 9th level of the body tempering realm and is preparing to impact the earthly origin realm. When the hunt begins, you may have to face Lei Li in the earthly origin realm. Lin Jintian's words made Lin Dong and the others hold their breath for a moment, and the pressure doubled. The earthly origin realm and the body tempering realm can be said to be clearly distinguished, and the gap in strength is quite large. It is no exaggeration to say that 10 9th level body tempering masters may not be able to beat one earthly origin realm. If Lei Li really advanced to the earthly origin realm, then there would be almost no need to compete in this hunt, and Lei Li could directly reserve the first place. Lin Tianci didn't care. Although he was only half a step into the earthly origin realm now, the quality of his own cultivation could not be simply judged by. To measure by cultivation. What's more, Lin Tianci's body tempering realm is not the 9th level, but the 12th level. Even if the thunder force enters the earthly element realm, it is only a matter of a slap from Lin Tianci. Seeing the cautious look in the eyes of several people, Lin Jintian nodded with satisfaction, said a few words of encouragement, and asked everyone to leave. After returning home, Lin Tianci did not continue to practice, but lay down on the bed to sleep. He planned to go to the back mountain tomorrow to practice the Kaitian seal he just got today after replenishing his energy. The next day, Lin Tianci got up early, had a quick breakfast, and then went to the back mountain where he often practiced. As for the second-grade martial arts, Phantom Step, Lin Tianci had already learned it on the way, therefore, his speed also increased dramatically. However, just as he arrived at the back mountain and put on his posture, Qingtan's voice appeared behind Lin Tianci. Chapter 28. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Tianci was a little surprised. It was still early, but this girl came here without any prior arrangement. It seemed that she had been coming here frequently in the past few days. Lin Tianci was moved. Qingtan, did you miss me so much that you came to see me so early in the morning? Lin Tianci said with a smile. What? Qingtan was about to speak when Lin Tianci made her blush. After all, she was still a little immature now. Although she liked Lin Tianci very much, she was still a little embarrassed to say some things. After teasing Qingtan a little, Lin Tianci was in a good mood. He didn't say anything else. After all, he knew that Qingtan was thin-skinned. If he said a few more words, the shy girl might not be able to stand it and run away. In that case, it would be a bit of a loss. Qingtan had come here, and if Lin Tianci continued to practice, it would be a bit too unromantic. Therefore, Lin Tianci stopped practicing Kai Tian Yin directly. After all, with his current talent, it would be just a little bit difficult to practice Kai Tian Yin. It's just a one-time thing. So there's no need to rush. Lin Tianci took 2 steps instead of 3 and came directly to Qing Tan. Qing Tan seemed to have a premonition of what would happen next, and her cheeks flushed and she closed her eyes. Seeing this, Lin Tianci smiled and kissed her. It was a long time. After the girl's breathing became rapid, Lin Tianci moved his mouth away. Qing Tan felt that her brain was getting dizzy due to lack of oxygen. She took a few deep breaths and finally came to her senses. After separating her lips from Qing Tan, Lin Tianci felt something different. Qing Tan, have you practiced? Qing Tan nodded, and then looked at Lin Tianci with some expectation. Lin Tianci couldn't help but click his tongue. If he were to say, in the entire Lin family, apart from Lin Tianci, who was a cheater, the one with the highest talent should be Qing Tan. He remembered that when he saw Qing Tan here a few days ago, Qing Tan still had no cultivation. As a result, it has not been long since Qing Tan reached the 7th level of body tempering. This speed, I am afraid that even if you eat all kinds of spiritual herbs and pills as candy beans every day, you can't achieve such a fast speed. If Lin Hong and Lin Xia knew about it, they would probably be so depressed that they would not be in the mood to practice. You are worthy of being the future Lord of Darkness. Lin Tianci murmured softly, what? Since Lin Tianci's voice was too soft, Qing Tan didn't hear it, so she asked curiously, it's okay, I said you're great. Lin Tianci touched Qing Tan's little head and smiled. Hearing Lin Tianci's praise, Qing Tan nodded with satisfaction. Then she whispered, Brother Tianci, I will practice seriously in the future, so that I won't be getting farther and farther away from you. Lin Tianci was stunned, and then a deep feeling of emotion emerged in his heart. Little Qing Tan is really, so cute. However, this is also the charm of the cultivation system, isn't it? Without waiting for Lin Tianci to think about it, Qing Tan continued, actually, after you kissed me that day, Brother Tianci, I felt a strange state in my body. Then when I woke up today, I found that I had inexplicably broken through to the 6th level of body tempering. After a little more practice, I reached the 7th level of body tempering. After saying this, Qing Tan stuck out her tongue. So that's it. Lin Tianci nodded thoughtfully. Originally, the evil spirit in Qing Tan's body was too much and chaotic, and it was impossible to absorb it, but when Lin Tianci used the Chaos Ancestral Stone several times, he also simply adjusted the chaotic Yin Sha Qi in Qing Tan's body. Therefore, Qing Tan was able to practice and rush to the 7th level of body tempering in one fell swoop. Brother Tianci, I feel that cultivation is not that difficult. Qing Tan said softly. Lin Tianci was speechless when he heard it. For him, cultivation was as simple as eating and drinking, but this was entirely because he had a cheat. Since you think it's easy, I'll kiss you more in the future. Lin Tianci said, and then he kissed Qing Tan again without waiting for her reaction. Qing Tan suddenly opened her eyes wide, then she closed them again and responded to Lin Tianci in a naive way. After a long time, Lin Tianci finally withdrew his mouth with satisfaction. How about it, Qing Tan, do you feel like you are going to make a breakthrough this time? Lin Tianci said with a wicked smile, God-given brother. Qing Tan was too shy to speak. However, she still felt that after Lin Tianci kissed her, the evil spirit in her body seemed to have been regulated a lot. Okay Qing Tan, I'm going to practice my skills. Lin Tianci said, yeah. Qing Tan nodded obediently, then stood aside and quietly watched Lin Tianci comprehend the martial arts. It must be said that the 6th grade martial arts, Kai Tian Seal, is much more powerful than the 4th grade martial arts, Wuji Bahuang Pom, but relatively speaking, it is also much more difficult than Wuji Bahuang Pom. Even with Lin Tianci's current talent, it was a bit difficult to perform Kai Tian Seal for the first time. Fortunately, no matter how difficult it was, Lin Tianci still played it out awkwardly. However, the power of this seal is definitely much lower than that of the perfect version of Kai Tian Seal. Even so, when this seal came out, it also caused several large trees in the distance to explode. Good, what a powerful martial art. Qing Tan's eyes were full of admiration. She had cultivated herself, so she could naturally feel the power of the martial arts that Lin Tianci was currently displaying. even though this Kaitian seal was not aimed at her, it also made the evil spirit in Qingtan's body tremble. Is this powerful? Lin Tianci smiled slightly. Then, he used the Kaitian seal again. After the failure last time, Lin Tianci's Kaitian seal was quite successful this time. Just a move, sand and rocks flew, a powerful momentum suddenly burst out from Lin Tianci's body. After the first seal was cast, Lin Tianci did not bombard the distant woods, but went to the ground. After all, because of his cultivation these days, the trees nearby were all bald by him. On the ground, a huge handprint immediately appeared, which was 10 meters deep. You know, except for a layer of soil underneath, it is all solid rocks. The power of this Kaitian seal is much greater than imagined. Awesome! Is this also Brother Tianci's own martial arts? Qingtan couldn't help but exclaimed, forehead. Lin Tianci was stunned for a moment, then nodded. The martial arts awarded by the system could not be directly disclosed to outsiders, so Lin Tianci could only accept the title first. Chapter 29. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qingtan, if you want, I can teach you. Lin Tianci smiled and said, hand-in-hand teaching is an opportunity that many people would beg for. Qingtan blushed and then shook her head. Brother Tianci, with my current strength, I am afraid I can't learn such a powerful martial art. I'd better wait until my strength is improved. Although she was a little jealous of the power of the Kaitian seal, Qingtan was still quite self-aware. She was far inferior to Lin Tianci in both talent and strength, therefore, she was just jealous of such a powerful martial art, but it was too early for her to learn it. Then I will show you again. Lin Tianci continued. Just now he had only performed the first move of the Kaitian seal. The entire Kaitian seal has 3 moves. He was looking forward to the power of the next 2 moves. Then, Lin Tianci's seal method changed and the second move of the Kaitian seal was performed. A frightening force was brewing in his hands. At this moment, all the power in Lin Tianci's body was mobilized. In general, the tempering body realm can only barely perform the 4th grade martial arts. If it goes higher, the Yuanli in the body will not allow it. Even a martial art can drain the people in the tempering body realm. However, Lin Tianci obviously cannot be measured by the ordinary tempering body realm. However, the opening the heaven seal is a 6th grade martial art. To perform it, Lin Tianci still needs to use all the strength in his body. Perhaps sensing Lin Tianci's state, the power of chaos in his body erupted, and then the chaos ancestral stone actually emitted a ray of chaos power. Lin Tianci was shocked and stopped performing the heaven seal. Then he quickly sat cross-legged, absorbing the power of chaos in his body and integrating it into his dantian. He could feel that the power of chaos he had absorbed every day before, plus the ray he had obtained now, was enough for him to break through to the earthly origin realm. The chaotic energy entered the dantian unimpeded, and then interacted with the true energy in the dantian. This should have been a very difficult process. After all, the true qi is an extremely overbearing force. How could it be so easy to integrate a new force at this moment? But the power of chaos is too strong. It is almost a crushing existence for the true qi. What's more, during this period of time, Lin Tianci would often absorb the power of chaos to pave the way for his promotion to the earthly realm. Therefore, under the leadership of Lin Tianci, the power of chaos and the true qi began to merge smoothly. In the dantian, along with the fusion of the two forces, the true qi, which was originally milky white, was quietly changing, and the color changes gradually increased. Finally, an air mass was formed, and a huge and terrifying force could be vaguely sensed in the air mass. When the air mass was formed, Lin Tianci took a deep breath, and his body trembled violently. Then, a power that had never been experienced before surged out from his dantian, and finally quickly expanded to his limbs. The temperature around was suppressed very low. Even Qingtan, who was somewhat accustomed to the evil spirit, couldn't help shivering at this moment. Lin Tianci opened his eyes, and the slightest movement within 1,000 meters around him was fed back to Lin Tianci's mind with a rather strange force. Even if he closed his eyes, the scenery was clearly seen. Is this the power of the earthly origin realm? Even with Lin Tianci's temperament, he couldn't help but feel happy. It can be said that entering the earthly origin realm truly means taking the first step in cultivation. Hey, Brother Tianci, have you entered the earthly realm? Qingtan, who was standing by, opened her mouth wide. This change was beyond Qingtan's expectations. She had never thought that Lin Tianci would break through like this. At this moment, the aura released by Lin Tianci made Qingtan's face pale. If she hadn't known that Lin Tianci would never hurt her, she would have turned around and ran away. Lin Tianci nodded. I thought it would take at least half a month to practice step by step to absorb enough chaos power for a breakthrough. Unexpectedly, a small change when performing the Heaven Seal caused the Chaos Ancestral Stone to emit a strong, chaotic power. He took advantage of it and broke through to the earthly origin realm in one fell swoop. At this time, in the Lin family, Lin Dong was sitting cross-legged on the bed practicing. In Lin Dong's hand was a small jade bottle, in which was the blood-red liquid medicine flowing out of the groove on the stone talisman. Lin Dong was about to take a drop of liquid medicine, but he suddenly felt the terrifying aura coming from the back mountain. This aura made Lin Dong's heart tremble, and the liquid medicine in his hand dripped from the corner of his mouth and spilled directly on the ground. However, Lin Dong didn't care about the drop of liquid medicine at the moment. Under this aura, he felt a strong pressure. What a terrifying aura. When did such a strong person appear in my Lin family? Lin Dong's eyes showed a look of horror. On the other side, Lincoln also felt this aura. His face changed immediately. The same aura appeared in the back mountain again, and it was even stronger than a few days ago. Who is this strong person? He is only in the Earth Yuan realm, but the pressure on Lincoln is no less than that of a Tian Yuan realm strongman. With such strength, if he reaches the Tian Yuan realm, he will probably be able to compete with the Yuan Dan realm strongman. Since he only showed his aura twice without any hostility, it means that this strong man has no aversion to our Lin family. If he can be recruited into our Lin family, it will undoubtedly be a great help. Lincoln's heart trembled, and he couldn't help but have such a thought in his mind. But the next second, this thought was forcibly dispersed by him. After all, just the Earth Yuan realm can burst out such a powerful force. Such a person, even if placed in a big force, is a child of destiny. How could he be recruited by a small Lin family? It is no exaggeration to say that their Lin family does not deserve such a strong man. But even so, Lincoln still stood up and went to the place where the aura burst out. Even if he cannot be recruited into the Lin family, he should try his best to make friends with him. Maybe this strong man can help the Lin family a little in the future. Which strong man entered the back mountain of our Lin family? Can you show yourself? While Lincoln was thinking about this, Lin Jintian's voice had already come out. At this moment, Lin Jintian was also shocked. With his perfect strength in the Tianyuan realm, he could kill the ordinary Dun realm in seconds, but if it was the owner of this qi, he dared not guarantee it. He was not even sure whether he could beat this unknown Dun realm strongman. Chapter 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Tianci stood up. After breaking through to the earthly realm, his body became more perfect, and his height increased by 2 centimeters under the stimulation of the power of chaos. There was some surprise in his eyes, so he just sensed that the power of chaos contained in his muscles was almost doubled compared to before. Under such a terrifying amount, Lin Tianci also ushered in a feeling of rebirth. He gently waved his arm, and the power contained in his muscles was a world of difference compared to his previous self. According to Lin Tianci's estimation, if he punched out with all his strength now, he would probably have a force of 100,000 pounds. With such a strong force, even if he did not use any martial arts, he would have no rivals in the entire earthly realm. With just a flesh body, he was enough to sweep away the earthly realm prodigies of all major forces. As for the heavenly realm, Lin Tianci is not afraid now. When facing the heavenly realm, all kinds of high-quality martial arts were displayed, and with the characteristics of the power of chaos, he could kill the strong men in the heavenly realm. Ha! With a trace of cold air exhaled from Lin Tianci's mouth, then, his hands quickly formed seals, and this seal method was naturally the 6th grade martial arts rewarded to him by the system, the Kaitian seal. If Lin Tianci, who was in the tempering body realm, needed to mobilize all the strength in his body when he performed the Kaitian seal, then when he reached the earth origin realm, it would be completely sufficient to perform the 6th grade martial arts. With Lin Tianci's current accumulation, it was just a drop in the bucket. Moreover, He also wanted to know how powerful the Kaitian seal would be when he tried his best to perform it after entering the Earth Origin realm. As Lin Tianci's hand seals changed, his dantian also gushed out with a stream of true qi mixed with the power of chaos, and finally condensed in Lin Tianci's palm. In his palm, the power of chaos exuded a powerful reaction force that embraced everything and repelled everything. As the true qi circulated, it actually caused the surrounding space to slightly distort. Bang! Lin Tianci's constantly changing cash register suddenly condensed, then, he lowered his body slightly, and the handprint directly hit the mountain in front of him. Whether it was stones or trees, for Lin Tianci now, they were all things that could be broken at will. The only thing that could test the power of this Kaitian seal was the endless rocks under his feet. The handprint blasted out quickly, and suddenly, the ground sank, and the rocks flew everywhere, and in front of Lin Tianci, a bottomless pit appeared. And around the pit, you can still feel a trace of chaotic power, corroding and absorbing the rocks, and constantly causing small-scale explosions, making the power of the seal even better. This seal, let alone the power of the Kaitian seal itself, even the chaotic power contained in the true energy, I am afraid that it will cause a Tianyuan realm strongman to suffer a lot of damage. Looking at the pit in front of him, Lin Tianci couldn't help but show joy in his eyes. The power that can be exerted by the Dun realm is indeed much higher than that of the quenching body realm. Brother Tianci, did you beat this out? Qing Tan also came over and looked down at the pit on the ground curiously. Then, she caught a glimpse of Lin Tianci's increasingly perfect muscles. She was stunned and couldn't help blushing, of course. Lin Tianci suppressed the surprise in his heart, looked calm and nodded. This kind of power, I have never seen Dad and his friends use it. Qing Tan was so surprised that he stuttered a little. Let's go, Qing Tan. Today's goal has been achieved. Let's find a place to bask in the sun. Seeing Qing Tan's cute expression, Lin Tianci felt even happier. He touched Qing Tan's little head, and then took Qing Tan's little hand and walked towards the Lin family. Qing Tan's face flushed, and he shook his hand subconsciously. Then he saw that there were indeed not many people in this area, so he did not continue to resist. Brother Tianci. Qing Tan said in a low voice, what's wrong? Lin Tianci felt Qing Tan's soft and smooth little hand and turned his head to ask, can you accompany me to the trading fair? I heard it's very lively there, but I haven't been there yet. Qing Tan said in a low voice. Ever since she could remember, her father Lin Xiao had taken their family away from the Lin family and lived in the back mountain. Because Lin Xiao was in poor health, Qing Tan would only go to the back mountain of the Lin family whenever she had time to see if she could collect herbs for Lin Xiao's treatment. She was already this old, and she had never been to the trading fair in Qingyang town. Now that Lin Xiao's illness was cured, she didn't have to go to the back mountain to collect herbs all day. With the extra time, she wanted to go out and have fun. Of course you can. Lin Tianci agreed with a smile. The trading fair is located in the north square of Qingyang town. It is the most lively place in Qingyang town on weekdays. It happens to be located where many forces intersect. Any force that wants to occupy it will be surrounded by other forces. Therefore, this place has gradually become a recognized trading fair. This trading fair is a bit like the large supermarket in Lin Tianci's previous life. The difference is that it is open air and there is no so-called stall fee. As long as there is no one, you can set up a stall to trade. In the entire trading fair, each family has more or less industries in it. Over time, a rather peculiar balance has been formed, because it is a no-man's land and there is a lot of traffic. People who come to the trading fair are from all walks of life. In addition to Qingyang town, in addition to people from various forces, merchants from other places would also come here to settle down and do some business with the locals. There were also bandits and robbers who would come here frequently. This also caused the entire trading fair to be a mixed bag, and disputes between cheaters and deceived were staged every day. In the period when he just came here, Lin Tianci liked to run to this trading fair, but with the arrival of the system, Lin Tianci no longer had any needs in terms of cultivation, so the number of times he came was quite seldom. Soon, Lin Tianci and Qing Tan arrived at the gate of the trading fair. Looking at the dark heads and the boiling noise of the crowd in the fair, Lin Tianci tightened Qing Tan's little hand, and then clicked his tongue. The flow of people in this trading fair is indeed a bit too large. At this moment, the voice of the system came to Lin Tianci's mind again. Ding, the cultivation of the son of the plane, Lin Dong, has been detected to have broken through. The host will receive 10 times the cultivation back.